Hi everybody, how are you? I hope that you are safe and well. I just wanted to say hello as it's the end of term. It's July already and I've hardly got to see any of you the last few weeks, have I? And you've hardly got to see any of your friends as well. It's all been very different. Now, normally at this time of year, I would be popping in to visit your schools and to see you and to say I'm really looking forward to seeing you in secondary school. But I can't be with you in person, but I thought I would send you a quick video assembly with a bit of a thought, things to think about, to celebrate the end of your primary education. Now, I don't know if you can remember your first day of primary school. I can't remember mine. But I imagine that you were up really early and quite excited, and you looked amazingly smart in your new school uniform and your new school shoes and possibly a new haircut as well. We're all needing one of those at the moment as well. But if you look back at all the opportunities that you've had, all the clubs that you've had the opportunity to do, the instruments, the languages, the games that you've all been able to take part in. And it's a real celebration of everything that you've learnt over the last 7 years, coming to the end of primary education and the start of a whole new chapter in secondary school, when lots of people from lots of different clubs, schools and clubs and backgrounds all come together to join in a new start, a new chapter of secondary education. Now, I don't know how you're feeling about that. You might be feeling excited or you might be feeling a little bit nervous. All of those things are totally normal, but the best thing to do is to talk to somebody about them and to see if they've got any advice for you. But that actually reminds me of the early church. Now, in the early church, there was a time when the Holy Spirit arrived. That was at Pentecost, that's celebrated. And it says in the book of Acts that 3,000 people all became Christians and joined the church all at the same time. Now, we think 300 in one year group at a secondary school is quite big, isn't it? But there were 3,000 new people in the church. And they needed to learn the lay of the land and where everything was. And because they were from different ages and from different places and often spoke different languages, they struggled a little bit to settle and had some fallings out and needed to learn how to get on with each other. But thankfully, there's a man in the Bible, a great man in the Bible called Paul, and Paul was there to give them wisdom, godly advice, and to show them how that they could get on together and how they could live godly ways and how would be best to spend their money and help the poor and donate to charities and all that sort of thing. And Paul was there always to offer them great wisdom and help and advice. And the best bit was that when he wasn't with them being able to give them advice in person, he wrote them letters. And those letters are written for us to read in the Bible. They're in here. 13 of the 27 books in the Bible, 27 books in the New Testament of the Bible, not the whole Bible, there's more than that. But in the New Testament, there's 27 books, and 13 of those books were written by Paul, giving them help and advice on how to live together and live ways, learning how to make the most of their opportunities and to serve God and live godly ways and to please God while they were at it. But Paul was there, full of advice. And another verse in the Bible, the book of Proverbs, which is in the Old Testament, Proverbs 13 verse 10, says that it is wise to accept advice. And we all want advice from different people, don't we? It's good for us to ask for advice when we need it. And if a Christian needs help and advice, quite often they will go to somebody who knows the Bible better than they do, or go to their church leader and go, can you give me some advice, please? And go to the Bible, because that's full of advice. But when we're thinking about moving up to secondary school, who do you think would be a good person to give you advice for you to make the most out of every opportunity that is going to be on offer for you in September? Well, I thought long and hard about it, and I wanted somebody who would know what secondary school is like now, has experience of people starting in secondary school, and who also is good at passing on their advice. So I got in touch with 3 friends, and these are 3 friends that you might see in September. And this is the advice that they had.
It's Mr. Connolly, and I'm the head of RE and PD at William Howard School. And I'm here just to tell you the simplest thing, which is not to worry about September. Right? If you speak to any young person who's ever come to secondary school, what they will tell you is they felt nervous before they started, but within weeks it was all fine. All fine. They'd got lost once, they'd forgotten something once, and everyone laughed about it, and that was fine, and they moved on. And they had the most amazing time as soon as they settled in. So don't worry.
Hi everyone, my name is Mr. Guest, and I'm the Deputy Head Teacher at Trinity School. I'm really looking forward to welcoming you all to our school and to our family, the Trinity family, in September. And my piece of advice for you when you join us at secondary school is this: to make the most of every opportunity. There's so many clubs and activities that you can take part in if you want to. There might be things that you've never done before. It's a great opportunity to learn a new skill, but also you'll be learning lots of new subjects too. So in everything that you do at Trinity, I just want you to make the most of every opportunity.
I don't know about you, but I thought that was really, really helpful advice for everybody starting secondary school. Don't worry. It's natural to worry, but we're encouraged not to. But don't worry. Make the most out of every opportunity. And remember, you're not on your own. There's other people with you in exactly the same position. And talk to your friends about it. Talk to your families about it. And ask for advice and help once you get there if you need it. But thinking about moving on to secondary school, a lot of you have got to know me over the last few years as I've come and visited your schools. I actually visit secondary schools as well, you know, not just primary. So if you're moving on to William Howard or Central Academy, then come and say hello to me when you see me around school. It would be lovely to see you and let me know how you're getting on. And if you're going to the other schools, there will be other people from NISCU in most of the schools as well. So if you do see us around school, it would be fantastic to say hello. I hope that you get on well, and I will look forward to hearing all about it in your new schools. Take care, stay safe, and see you soon.